Hey everyone, and welcome to RezoCast episode 164. This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove and Wilson, and it's the holidays. We got the New Year's coming up. It's gonna be 2020, possibly by the time that you're listening to this podcast. That's crazy.
I thought you were going to say it's going to be 2020, possibly 2021. I don't think that's how that works. Yeah.
I mean, depending on how far you push that sundial, it could be anything.
Oh god, that was
Time
lame.
flies, dude. This is insane. I'm not one for like making big New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but definitely quitting the vapage. So by the time you hear next episode,
If
we'll
he's
see
coughing, it's only weed.
Oh, that's true, dude. Because we get full legalization on the 1st. I forgot, dude.
There we
How
go.
did I almost forget? Well, I know. How
Wilson's gonna be
hyped
hyped for the rest of the podcast now.
Did you say hype or
Great.
high?
I mean, either. They both apply, right? No,
Yeah. Soon.
But you made me think, Wilson, of that I was thinking about the same thing, just, time flying by and how long Destiny has been around. And I'm not going to get all nostalgia on like D1 or anything like that right now. But I was thinking about just the community and like New Year's resolutions, how people make these things about how they're going to change or whatever, and just how much I have changed over the course of like the 5 year and more span that Destiny has been around, or even since if you've been following the game since before it released, like a really long time, and how much people can change just in a year. Like, think about how many people in this community have changed in the time that D1 launched versus like today. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy to think about.
True.
The way that the community changes, the way that people change, and how I've been kind of wanting to say this anyway for a while, but one of the things that I've learned over time is that, people change. That's one thing that happens in the community. Someone who may be like a jerk initially or something like that, or come off that way, may actually realize be pretty cool later on, those kind of things.
Sometimes they don't.
Or not.
Sometimes,
Yeah, that
most
too.
of the times they don't.
Yeah, sometimes, but 5 years is a long time, and I know that I have grown a lot in that time, and I know other people have too, and I have seen people too. I've had interactions with people maybe online at first that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like click with this guy, and then you like a year later play a few games with them, and you're like, oh, this person's actually pretty cool. I just never took the time to talk to them in person. I just saw their online stuff or something like that.
Why don't you give us an example?
I can't think of
Wilson 309.
No. I honestly can't think of an example right now. I just knew I thought of an example previously, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, But so yeah,
It's quite a cop out. Good job.
I look at
took the easiest way out.
I look at like my friends list and like the people that I've played with from the very beginning, because I was very fortunate at the beginning of D1 to jump like day one into a pretty decent sized clan of like 8-9 people day one. So just like how like my friends list has evolved, like what platform like I play on now, like just all this different stuff, like how much the game has changed, and like who you're playing with now, like it's wild, man. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. 2019 was a nutty one too. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in Destiny this year, a lot of big changes. So
yeah, no kidding. I had a lot of like personal stuff happen in 2019. Was like, I know people normally look at the end of the year as like a looking into the next year to like change a lot of things, but for me it was like, I feel like 19 was the year that I took to, okay, this year I'm gonna like look at these things that I've never like dealt with in my life and actually deal with them.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really tough year, but I've done a lot of things that I set out to do, and it wasn't like they were New Year's resolutions or anything like that. It was like January or February that I was like, I need to do these things, and just got it done. But wow, I didn't mean to go that direction at the beginning of the podcast. This is RezoCast, a Destiny-related gaming podcast. We talk about other games too. We're out of the clan Team Resolute. We have guests on from the community sometimes, and sometimes it's the holidays, and we just talk about whatever's going on in our weeks. So, Hove, what's been going on in your week this week?
I ate cheesecake.
Ooh, okay.
That's about
kind.
it. Well, it's a sampler.
Ooh.
There's 3
Was it
pieces
like-
of New York style, 3 pieces of caramel, 3 pieces of raspberry, and 3 pieces of chocolate. That is a
Mom had
total
this-
of 12 pieces.
My mom had this huge box of like one. It was tons of little, almost like sample sizes. Like they were 1 inch by 1 inch squares of so many different kinds of cheesecake, dude. Like, it was insane. It was this giant, huge square full of tiny squares of different kinds of cheesecakes.
Did she like go out and collect all of these? Like
no,
is your mom some sort of like conquistador? Maybe.
No, she's not like the haberdashery of cheesecakes. Like, where in that case you would find a seller with all different kinds of buttons and things. Where in this case she bought little different cheesecakes from people or something. But
that's fair. I just wanted her to be careful. I mean, if she was out like exploring the reaches of the world, like she should probably watch out for any like strange maladies or anything. Like, I don't want her to get sick.
Strange maladies.
Well, if she gets sick, dude, she could always get a Ricola, and if she's traveling the world, she'll see the Ricola guys on top of the mountain. You know what I mean? A Ricola, little horn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was horrible. I'm sorry.
No, that was so good.
Word insertion. Stupid game sometimes.
Well, if she does get sick and if the Ricolas don't work, they have really good hospitals in the OC.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where they shoot Pawn Stars? I'm asking for a friend, all right? Just...
The way that these are
woven
together,
that's where that is where
the thinnest of strings.
That is where they shot the Babadook.
He got it at least partially right. It's a movie, so
yeah, that's where they shot it in the OC with the Ricolas and the Conquistadors
and the Pawn Stars.
The Pawn Stars.
Monstars?
Pawn Stars.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. I did that. I did that one on purpose. You guys.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's nice. Well done.
Well, did you get any interesting Christmas presents, Hove? I know you were like aching for Flomax, but
I did have to take Flomax once. when I had my kidney stone, they give you Flomax.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping to get some Flomax.
No, I got 0 Christmas gifts.
No. Well, now I really have to send you one then.
I don't want anything from you.
Send him some nudes.
I sent you a friend request on Stadia. Does that count as a...
No.
Oh.
No, it doesn't.
That is a negative Christmas gift.
From the sounds of it, you might want to accept that friend request.
I know. There's not many people there.
There's not many to be had.
I did yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I got 2 friends on Stadia right now.
Nice. Living the large life, man.
I know. You know,
La Vida Loca.
What was a bummer about my Stadia experience? So, because I got Stadia for Christmas, that was one thing. But it so that's been awesome experiencing Destiny 60 frames per second. I know I talked about it previously on the podcast because I borrowed somebody's account, but now I'm like, I got it for myself, and I was like, oh, cool. I'll take. Surely Lego Flash is not taken yet on Stadia. Like, that'll be an easy one to grab up without some numbers at the end of it. But no, if you are not a founder with Stadia, you cannot have a name without #4 numbers at the end of your name.
To be fair, though,
wow,
it's more that the founders are getting something different as opposed to, because like Steam and Discord and all those type of places have # numbers. It's just to differentiate. So
they just made it sound as if you get first dibs. They didn't say like, if you don't do this now, you're doomed to number. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Just do it like Blizzard, where like you just have your name and then like you don't really see the #.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought was gonna happen, Wilson. Is that I would be in Destiny, it would just say Legolas Flash, but no, it still says Hove Monk Legolas Flash number 1065 or something like that. You know.
That's so lame.
Mine just says Hove.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's been fun for real. So that's been my week, is experiencing that. I've been playing Iron Band there and grabbing bounties. Like I grabbed all my obelisk bounties in like 5 minutes, which would never have been like, it would have taken me all night on PS4 to be able to do that. Yeah. So, and that includes like turning on the game. I literally just like hold the Stadia button and it's like, boom, there it is. It's in. Okay, done. Like,
So Spiffy was doing the Forge farm one day when he was at work, and he called me and he's like, "Dude, I got DC'd. Can you log in on my account on your PlayStation and just farm for me?" Because he thought I was going to be on my PC. This would have been quicker for me to just get his PC information, because I had to update all that crazy stuff. Like, like almost 2 hours later, after I had having to update everything, I was able to log in for him and do some farming. But yeah, just even that alone, like you get like more materials because of just how quicker, like how much faster everything loads, like in the amount of time and stuff.
I didn't even think about that.
It's
like
nutty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'd know or anything. I haven't been spending all week in there.
Yeah. How hard have you been hitting Destiny, Wilson? Because you said at the beginning of the season, I'm not going to be hitting it hard, taking it casual.
Please stop saying hitting it hard.
I got... That's host thing. I've got...
Yeah.
Well, I've got all the ritual weapons done. I've got all the dawning stuff done. Like all the treats baked and the sparrow
I need to
fully
do that.
upgraded. Yeah. I've got 2 obelisks fully upgraded.
Okay.
I'm rank like 60 something on the season pass.
69?
No, like 62.
I
tried to say 60 something, so it sounded like I was in like the upper echelon, but like no.
You knew the exact number.
Yeah, I did the exact
blur it.
60 something. Maybe people will think I'm like, you know, in the high 60s. No, it's 62.
Man.
So I mean, I guess like not really. Like I haven't this week I've been taking it like super casual because you know, Christmas, holidays, all that good stuff. Sam got me the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch.
Nice.
Been playing that a lot and enjoying it. There's been some new exploits in Pokemon Sword and Shield for shiny raid dens, so everyone's been hitting that kind of hard. There was like, okay, so I had a crazy night the other night, dude. I went on to 4chan for the first time in my life and had
was a crazy night. You already
had a Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole experience, dude. So in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can stumble across a raid den. You have a 1 in 4,000 chance of that boss being shiny, which is just a different colored Pokemon than it normally is. Nothing crazy about it. So 1 in 4,000 is pretty high odds. So somebody developed a bot that it would join your raid and give you a seed number that you could then plug into a website, and it would tell you how many dens away your shiny was. What? So if it was like my case, 9,998, almost 10,000 checks away, like that's not happening in the lifetime of this game. So you're better off just going and finding another den to shiny hunt in. And so anyway, it was great until some YouTubers did a video on it, and then everyone started connecting to this bot and crashing it. Okay.
All right.
Now the fun is over for everyone. So they changed the password to connect to this bot in game, and me and like 7 or 8 strangers of this Reddit I've never met in my life all hopped into this Discord, and there was clues on this particular 4chan forum about this bot named Doodoo Bot.
Gosh.
And it ended up being the page number in the book Les Miserables, or however the hell you say it. It ended up being a page in that book where some dude found out that someone saved his life. It was crazy. It was the most insane thing ever. It was like this. It was like the movie National Treasure, dude.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you're dude, like freaking Indiana crazy. Jones.
We were looking for clues, and there was this girl that was in our group, and she was like not helping at all, and like she was just like trolling the whole time. And she's actually the one that figured it out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was.
It was like a movie.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. It was crazy. It was my first 4chan experience. Never again. Never going back.
It sounds awesome though.
No,
like, really.
It wasn't.
Like,
the amount of other stuff I had to pilfer through to get to that was kind of crazy. But yeah, that was pretty much my week besides Christmas.
Wow. That's intense, man.
Dude, it was. I totally forgot about that until just like a little bit ago. So I was like, dude, I think I should share this. It was fun for a little bit.
Do you know what I did do this week?
What?
I made a YouTube video.
Yeah, who made a YouTube video?
I mean, it really
He's gonna
wasn't
start a
much of
series. But it was an introduction to...
No, but I mean, the production quality is not going to change for the real one, so...
What, you did one today, or you did one this week?
This week.
I saw the one you did this week. I didn't know if you did another one today. Okay, my bad. I was spacing out for a second reading chat, so my bad.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Hey, you're gonna talk about
I liked
music
it,
and dissect
so-
it and the meaning of life within music. No, I'm serious. That's what it was about, and it was good. I'm excited.
I liked it. You can't see who likes your videos on YouTube. Is that not a thing?
You actually can't.
I don't know.
think it's only
Yeah, I
comments.
don't fucking know either. I'm not a fucking content creator.
I'm not
man.
a
Like,
YouTuber.
yeah. Not a YouTube I'm not a YouTube influencer, bro.
Listen, I will say I found my favorite YouTube channel of all time.
Ooh, do tell.
Wilson, smoke a lot of weed and watch it. You're either gonna love your life or hate it.
Done, dude. Done. I'm
No,
already
it's not
halfway
'cause
there,
it's
dude.
crazy.
I just have to watch it.
It's called.
Already got the first part done.
It's Sam the cooking guy.
Oh,
Cool.
I watched it. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I'm putting this in a queue for later.
It's just this
Sam,
dude.
the cooking guy.
Yeah.
Watch it while Sam is bringing you stuff so that you don't get too hungry.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I have
'cause
just
it'll-
been laying in bed and watching these videos.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
I would be
I
so
dropped
hungry.
him a sub. I dropped him a sub. We'll check it out.
Dude.
We'll check it out. I'll get back to you next week on this and let you know how after full legalization and Sam's cooking channel on YouTube, I'll let you know how they go.
It's just this dude, and he just like cooks stuff like mostly in his backyard. He has like his big grill thing, but it's all like I'm actually sending you links right now. You don't have to watch them, but if you just look at the thumbnails, you'll get it. Like the craziest, most delicious, like it's all like big burgers and chicken sandwiches, and oh my god, just look at the thumbnails, and you are gonna like. You might have to get a napkin so you don't salivate all over yourself.
Over 1 million subscribers. He's hitting it hard, huh, Hove?
Well, Destiny is not hitting it too hard this week. I thought, the previous weeks I kept saying I was really excited where the content was heading with the story direction, new story stuff every week, and it was going really strong. And then this week was the first week we didn't really get anything, and I had to like go with Wilson for a second, like, hey man, like, was there something this week? Like, am I missing something? Because I didn't see anybody post anything. I couldn't find any quest line for anything. But what we kind of like, as we were looking back on the week, we realized right after we did last week's podcast, the next day on Friday was when Saint 14 came back to the tower and redid the hangar basically, and he had like a short quest to connect all the obelisks, but nothing really happened after that. It was just like things so you can grab all your bounties, which I want to say I really appreciate. If you need to get bounties for stuff, you always go to the tower, and now there's an obelisk in the tower, so you can get any of the bounties from any location as far as weapon bounties anyway, and that's really nice.
It's got to be great for console players, like, and that's not me like
Scrub.
shitting down like on them, but like even
it.
on PC it was super annoying to have to go to Mars and then Nessus and then EDZ, and maybe it'll work in the EDZ, maybe it won't, like maybe you will get to get your bounties, and now you can just go to one place where like all your main bounties are. Like, that was a great idea.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Exactly. I do also like and I want to say, like, I know we've talked about it so much almost every week recently, but last week specifically we talked about how Saint would be awesome as a Trials announcer, and how in the story missions he was doing that good job, Guardian, you got two of them, all that kind of stuff, and then he shows up in the tower hangar with Osiris banners. Like, it's not all pigeoned out and the Saint 14'd out with the purple ribbons. It's got Osiris's stuff all in there, and like all indications point towards him being something to do with Trials.
Absolutely.
I saw some people saying like, no way, that's way too obvious, that would never happen, but it really feels like it's leading that direction.
100%, dude. Like, he could have came back with any kind of decor, but like the actual Trials of Osiris logo itself, not just an Osiris logo, like the actual Trials logo. Like, it's very specific, the Trials logo. Like,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's very specific. Like, it's not just the fucking eye. Like, there's more to it than that. There's like the eye with the diamond and like a few other accents and things around it, and it's definitely visible. And even if you go like behind his ship, there's even like more of it, like kind of flaunted, like behind his ship, like behind the tapestries and stuff.
Oh, I didn't
If
see
you
that.
got it,
Yeah,
flaunt it,
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like him as a vendor. I like that we get daily bounties from him. It's cool to interact with him. I've seen some things online where, if you put like the Helm of Saint 14
I
on
was just
and
gonna
talk
say
to him,
that.
Yeah.
you have
Because
a
you
random
look
chance.
like me.
Let us go confuse Zavala. Like some shit like that. Like, let us go confuse Zavala. So, like, it's
Perfect.
It's cool that he has like a sense of humor. It's great that he's back. I like it. I don't know. It's cool. That spot needed filled out anyway, dude. There's like no reason to go down there. I'm hoping that we can get a transmat zone down there for
Right.
if they continue to add things. Right now, there's not really like a whole lot of reason to like justify it. Whereas like on the other side, the annex or whatever, you have 1, 2, 3, 4,
And the
5
annex
vendors.
is further too. To be fair,
Well,
like
we
it takes
have, like, 5
forever.
Yeah, and you have like 5 vendors over there
Yeah.
too. So like until
know,
they give Anna more stuff, like when Zer's in the tower, and then maybe if they do like some faction stuff again, there'll be a reason to have one down there.
Whenever you were talking about like having a transmat spot down there, I was thinking in my head like, man, it takes just as long to transmat as it does to walk over there. And I was like, oh
No,
yeah,
when
on
you
PlayStation
first-
it does.
Well, not only
no,
that,
just on PlayStation in general.
right? Well, I was just gonna say like not even like it's probably negligible to like go from one to the other, but just flying in from nowhere, like from
Yeah.
outer space, makes it faster to just
Right,
pick where
right,
you're going,
right.
you know?
That makes sense.
So I have a question about Saint 14. This may be a stupid question, and Anon may be laughing at me as soon as I say it. But like, is he like the 14th saint? Like,
No, he's an exo.
see, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So the
So, like-
numbers behind that is how many times their
Yeah,
consciousness.
that's
has
what I
been
mean. So
wiped.
like Cade 6,
You're
so
still
like
the same person.
so his name is Saint.
Um,
Do you know what I mean? Like Cade 6,
Yeah.
you knew it was like the 6th iteration of Cade. Saint 14 sounds like his own name. Like he was he Saint 2? Because that sounds dumb. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
Saint
I don't know.
14 sounds.
well, Saint 15, it had that, or Saint 16, or any other umpteen or whatever would have sounded just as good had they originally gone with that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. But I'm just saying, like, is he just like we call Cade? Is he Saint? Like, hey Saint. Like, no one called like people that knew Cade just called him Cade, but everyone calls Saint 14 Saint 14. Like it's.
I
his
feel like I've
name.
called Saint 14
he's
Saint.
Russian, so
But I'm
his
talking
name's
in the
probably
game even.
Boris.
Yeah, I
Boris.
get it.
Even in the
I
game,
don't know.
everyone says Saint 14.
He was definitely Boris 14, and then he did something beforehand to become Saint 14. 100%.
It's like those
or
famous
Dimitri 14. That's what it was. Dimitri 14.
you know those famous actors or actresses or like musicians or even photographers stuff that I've worked with before in the industry. They'll rename themselves to something. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
it's
dude.
like that.
It's an alias. Glass
Yeah, it's an
blowers do
alias.
the same thing, dude. Like, you know.
Well, that's fine. But is his alias Saint 14 or is his alias Saint and it's the 14th?
Sounds like
time?
it's Saint.
See, that's dumb. I don't like it.
Yeah, I honestly, I got nothing. I haven't really thought of it too much. Just
Me neither.
Yeah, I
It's a
think
cool name,
I
though.
think a stupid shit. Also, guess who me and Lego are getting to come on the podcast, Wilson?
Saint 14.
No.
Dewey.
Well, yeah. He said he would come on if this person came on because they play WoW.
Right, right.
You know how Dewey always tells us he won't come on the podcast?
Yeah.
So somehow it came up. We were talking about The Witcher, and we were talking about Henry Cavill's a real big gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he loves the Witcher series. Like, he said he's a big fan. And Dewey told me something I didn't know. That apparently when he got the call that he got the role of Superman,
Yeah.
he, like, ignored it a couple times because he was in the middle of a raid. And wow. And they almost were like, fuck you.
That's great. Dude.
So he
Yeah.
was like, he's a huge gamer. You should get him on the podcast. I was like, yeah, let me get right to it. And he was like, I don't know, you should try, reach out. Like, he's a big gamer. And I was like, Dewey, since we don't know anything about WoW, if I get Henry Cavill to come on the podcast, will you come on the podcast? He was like, yeah, I guess.
That's great.
Oh man.
Yeah, The Witcher has been amazing. It's been a great series. Just straight binged it. Just the whole thing. Just boom, done. Had to watch the entire 8 episodes of, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one
Wish it
thing
was 10, but
the
whatever.
one thing I will say not the one thing. Like, it's not perfect. I liked it. But this whole first season was almost like an intro. Like,
Oh, 100%.
no act, like, it was all background information, and now, like, Now, starting in the next season, which doesn't come out until 2021, is when the actual like adventure starts, which is kind
of people who have no idea what like any of this, like not even necessarily like what The Witcher the game was like, but just The Witcher like the universe itself, because not only is it on Netflix and a game, but it's also a multi-part series novel, some books, and there's a lot of people that like don't know the world at all, like the universe. So
I didn't know anything about it.
I feel like it was a fantastic, from not reading the books, from only playing the games, which take place after
the book and the series.
Yes, the series. So you don't need to know anything about the games going into this. However, with that said, there are tons of moments that are little subtle hints, like the lore about the monsters, the different monsters that Geralt fights, spot on from the games. I mean, you actually have to, there's certain things that, you're better off fighting during the day and some that you're better off fighting at night, certain things. I thought that was really cool. Some of his like mannerisms and fighting styles are straight out of the game. Like that was very true to the game. And what was it? Oh, every time just this isn't a spoiler or anything, but anytime like some shit goes down, he just goes
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true to the game, like, because monster hunting is sketchy business, you know what I mean? So I can't wait. I'm glad it got greenlit for a second season, like 2021 or something like that.
It's gonna be a while.
Take your time, don't rush, because for once they finally got something that even though it's not fully adapted from a video game, I'm still counting it as somewhat of a video game movie.
Well, speaking of
I feel like they got it right finally.
Speaking about the video game, if you are like, I'd never played any Witcher games,
so good.
I liked it, so I was like, I'm gonna get Witcher 3. And for anybody on PlayStation, I think it's through like January 10th or something. The Witcher 3, the complete edition. It comes with, it has like, I think it said 16 DLCs.
Yeah.
And two big expansions, which are 50 hours of gameplay each, I think. It's $14.99. Now, if you just don't fuck up and just get The Witcher 3, because that's still $40. But the complete edition is $14.99. And I think on Steam, the Game of the Year edition is only like $8. And it comes with all those same things. So if you do want to start playing, I think I saw something. It jumped up in like the top 5 on Steam or something. Like everybody's playing the shit out of it.
Concurrent players. Yeah, the show inspired a lot of people to play it again. Like just The Witcher itself is like $12 on Steam, and like the Wild Hunt like expansion pass, which has like all of them, is like another $10.
I think the Game of the Year edition that comes with all of them is on sale for even cheaper.
Okay, I was gonna say I've seen it because that's what I ended up getting, because I'm pretty sure it's for sale everywhere, because on my Switch it's also like dirt cheap as well.
Kim must have got it right away because she was saying she's downloading it right now.
It's always super cheap. It's a great game. I've been playing it for years. It's so good, man. It's great.
Just real quick, Game of the Year edition on Steam is 70% off, which is $14.99. And like I said, that comes with Blood and Wine expansion, Hearts of Stone, and all the little DLCs. So
it was really cool. Like obviously like Geralt's story was really good. I loved the Bard. That's gonna be my next like D&D character, is a Bard.
Dude,
just because of that guy. He's phenomenal.
That song. Did you listen to it, Lego?
Toss a coin to your Witcher. That dude's like he's a singer in real life. That guy.
The song when we were playing with Dewey and we were talking about it, and I sent you the song and said, "Well, you should listen to this."
I haven't listened to it.
It wouldn't. I don't feel like it carries as much weight unless you see the show, the second episode.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a really catchy song.
No, it really is. That guy actually, that actor is actually singing that song.
Yeah.
He's a singer in real life.
It's weird.
He's very talented. Yeah, he's very talented.
I just want to point out, I was sitting here in a party chat with Lego and sent it to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, hold on, I'll listen to it in a minute." And then he said, "So listen to what?" So I just want to point that out.
Well, you sent me a lot of things. That, to be fair, you also sent me the Burger Guy video, and I did watch that.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, but you told me not to.
Oh.
You specifically said there were instructions.
He did. He specifically said the first few minutes of this.
Oh,
and he's like, you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Well, that's because when you send someone a full like 12-minute video, no one actually watches it. So I'd rather get you to watch like the first few minutes.
I appreciate it. I'm just saying to follow directions.
Just start sending you videos and
Okay.
timestamping it.
Wait.
248,
You
732.
You follow directions?
I said
Don't
I'm
answer
not
that.
gonna
Don't
argue
answer
with
that.
you about this.
Don't answer that.
This is so political.
It's a trap.
I just want
It's a
him.
trap.
Just want him to
Oh,
watch.
oh, dang it! I wanted to say a Star Wars spoiler so bad just now, but
Well,
I'm
aren't
not
we
going
gonna
to.
talk
Wilson,
about
did you
it,
see
so?
Star Wars?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going.
Yeah. We're not gonna
God damn it, Wilson.
I'm going Sunday to see it with my dad.
I'm excited for you to see
I
it.
can meet up and come back if you guys want to.
No.
I'm not going to talk much about it. I just wanted to say that I loved it, and I know there's a lot of hate and critical reviews out there for it right now, and among YouTube.
Wait, you're saying the internet has its panties in a bunch about a movie? No fucking way, dude.
I know, right? But literally, you can't type in like review or like anything like talk podcast, anything into YouTube without it being like this movie was terrible, the worst Star Wars movie ever. And I genuinely like the hottest take of 2019, but I think it might be my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's because it's trending to for people to collectively as a group either like something or shit on something.
I know.
It works both
I know.
ways. And unfortunately, like a lot of like good movies like go unpraised because something else came out worse than it and wants to get shit on by all the little zoomers out there want to meme about it or whatever, like meme about the newest shitty movie so something else gets overshadowed by it, so.
Right, yeah.
Real quick, going back just 1 second. Since Lego didn't watch the video, Wilson, did you
really
get
hanging on to that one?
Did
I
you
know, I
get
know.
did you get the thumbnails I sent you of that guy's
Did I
videos?
get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thumbnails that you
Wow.
sent me?
It's 4, you fucking
It's
liar.
4, I know. I'm just gonna be.
Wow.
Seriously, tell me you don't want to watch him make all those things. Oh my
I
god.
just wanted to make you look like a dick for like half a second.
Yeah,
It was
I
over.
do that myself just fine.
I do have something Resolute clan oriented to talk about for a second. I haven't watched all of them yet, but a lot of people are doing the Secret Santa with it's something that
yeah.
the clan does every year, and not everyone's goes public. Like some of it's shared internally, but a lot of Resolute members, if you look at some of the members on Twitter, are posting their video and reactions of their Secret Santa they got from other people in the clan, and those are always awesome to watch. So just want to throw that out there that
Those
is
are a
something
good
going on.
time.
Did either of you
I
guys
know.
do it this year?
Nope.
No,
I mean,
Didn't.
I had
spent
like
so much damn money on my family and stuff this year, so.
I know I just finished, and it's not like it's all about money. A lot of it is time.
You can just say
to
no.
do something. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, you can just say no too. But like that was something that was crazy different for me this year was hospital bills and all the stuff going on. We're with my wife's pregnancy this year, which has been crazy. But things are looking up with that.
You just got like 1940s copper. My wife's pregnancy. No, that's totally sorry. I mean, like crack a joke about it. No, that's a beautiful.
No,
thing.
no, that's cool.
I'm very, very happy for you, and that's totally understandable. I actually.
I'm
saved up
also
a decent-
pregnant.
Yeah, I am also pregnant. No, definitely not happening ever.
Well, yeah,
Hopefully,
because you're a male.
No, like you can say like you as a couple, like
No,
me and
that's
Sam
lame.
were
That's one of
pregnant.
the. That's like talking in third person. I meant
I
you
don't care if
physically
you
were
agree
carrying a
with
baby.
it.
I meant
don't
you were
care.
carrying
Listen.
a baby. I meant you were carrying a baby.
And I'm saying that people could consider it a
They
different
can,
way, which people
but that's
do.
not what we were talking about.
It is what I'm talking about.
But I'm the
motherfucker.
one who started this. Go look at
Sam
your.
came in and just gave me a really concerned look. What kind of fucking podcast you guys doing?
Nobody knows.
No, it was nice to save up some money for once this year and actually provide some thoughtful gifts to the family and stuff. And then on top of that, I finally ordered my new kiln, which should be coming in a couple weeks. So I'll get back up and going in the garage, which I've been talking about for way too long. But I finally pulled the trigger on like an $800 kiln. So like I'm committed at this point.
Yeah,
so.
committed.
When are they sending you your damn webcam?
Who, the Kiln Company? I don't think they make those. So I give a call back, but I guess this comes with a free webcam, right?
I'm picturing a very specialized camera right now.
God damn it! I was asking a serious question. Fuck you guys.
That was my way of deflecting without saying I don't know.
I know.
Do you know what you should?
I know that there isn't much going on with Destiny this week, and we don't have like a TWAB to cover or anything like that. But I did want to say, while I was on Stadia, I played a lot of Iron Banner, which I did not think I was going to go back to, especially since all the armor sets are like old stuff right now. But it is really nice gear as far as stat stuff go, and I'm playing on my Hunter for basically the first time in Destiny 2. Other than that phase when Rumble first came out, and I played Arc Strider a lot because it was really good. But now that, at post Forsaken at least, playing my Hunter a lot, really enjoying it, and I wanted like some good stat stuff. So if you are on subclasses that you're not used to normally playing, or classes just in general, Iron Banner does give really great gear, and the quest to do it is not that crazy.
So you get to the rocket part, which sucks a big fat one, but
oh yeah, I haven't got to that. I haven't got to that step yet. I'm on the shotguns right now, which honestly,
wait till you and the entire lobby are on that step. Just wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the rocket launcher one does sound kind of dumb.
I'm just kind of egging it on. Like,
it's
really
valid.
Not that bad. You don't have to do that. It's whatever. You have the entire season to do that. It's not just this Iron Banner. So.
Wilson, it is not whatever. Let me tell you how many times we as a community have said, Bungie, please do not give us quest steps that make us fight against other players to do them. Like, it's something that continually comes up, and I know this is a small version of that because everyone can pick up heavy when you pick it up, so it's not completely crazy. It's kind of makes you competitive against the other team, which you're supposed to be anyway, but you still are fighting for your teammates. If somebody dies, everybody's running for that brick rather than just playing the game, so I just hate that stuff like that continually comes up. I give this one a slight pass due to the nostalgia of, remember D1 Iron Banner? One of the big quests was always like 10 heavy machine gun kills or something like that. Wasn't that a thing? Do you remember that?
It was like you had to get like the machine gun medal or something.
Yeah.
There's like so many in a life without switching weapons or something like that.
And so in that way it's not terrible, but I think it's because it's rocket launcher and you need 1 every time. What do you need, 10 or something?
Something like that. It's not like super bad, but like you make some really good points about it, like encouraging people to play competitively. It's like different layers of competitiveness. It's like I'm already in a PvP game mode where I'm already competing against someone. Now there's this like mini game of like, in order for everyone to progress this quest, we all gotta huddle around this one little spot, and like I don't know, I haven't played any Iron Banner, mostly because there's just nothing really new to go for. I'm not chasing light right now. I've been having more fun just XP grinding through dawning bounties because I have so much friggin' essence, dude. It's insane. The forge farm is really nice. It's been really good for that. So XP farming is awesome.
What do you use the essence for?
That's the stuff that you use to put in the end of your baking cookies.
Yeah, but like, I guess
so
my point,
it takes like ether cane, delicious explosion, and then essence.
Well, my overall point of those, like, what you were saying, what's the point of doing Iron Banner? There's nothing there for. Point of doing like dawning and stuff. Like, what can you get from that? Because I haven't done any of it. Like, I've just been focusing on
XP. I'm just season pass grinding at this point. That's all I'm pretty much doing. That's pretty much like what's keeping me mostly coming back right now. Is, well, first it was the weapons. The what the hell are those things called now? They're not pinnacle.
Oh, the timeless weapon bounties.
Well, those two, those are cool too.
Ritual weapons.
I got the new sniper with like snapshot, triple tap, so like nothing too crazy. It was like snapshot, triple tap, and then like all range perks, which I'm pretty excited about. I think hits like a truck, dude. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool.
Dumps like a truck.
Then what? Dumps like a truck. I've been having some fun with that. I really like it. It's very snappy. That's been a fun weapon to grind out. But now, I mean, I already got one with shot, and that's basically all you need for PvP. But the season pass has got some cool stuff in it. I've been grinding for that. Other than like, I feel like we're kind of at a hiatus right now with like the story a little bit. Like it's gonna cool off and then maybe ramp up towards the end of the season, you know, to set something else up. So like right now, it's just like
chilling.
Like I said, just chilling, doing just logging in here and there. I've been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch games. So I'm gonna be totally honest. Like I'm this may be an extremely unpopular opinion because I know a lot of people like to no life this game, and sometimes I do too. But I'm actually enjoying the time off right now, and there's a never-ending backlog of video games that I need to play that I've purchased and have yet to boot up for the first time. 0 hours played on Steam, you know, like so it's been good to get to a lot of those games. You know, I do miss my friends a lot, and you know, I can always jump over to Destiny for a little bit and play with them, but it has been kind of cool to get back to the like recluse single player. But you know, it's been cool.
I got a question for y'all, but before I do, like this is just podcast Destiny related question, but before I get to that, you reminded me about the bounty, not bounties, but like story that Saint 14 and how it's kind of on a hiatus. There is a small quest line this week with connecting the obelisk, and I feel like we're gonna get a small quest like that every week because when you're done with it, you get an object and you put it next to Saint in his little like setup shop thing, much like when we were with Eris, we had to get these memories for her and set it next to her thing, and it's very similar. So it makes it feel like we're gonna be doing something for Saint every week and getting some, I don't know what you call them, but something for his setup.
Well, we got
something for his crib.
I'm very upset you're calling him Saint.
No, that's his name.
I'm just calling him 14.
It's like calling you Hove instead of Hove 76.
It's not.
You haven't been reset 76.
I only put the 76 there because PlayStation doesn't let you have a 3-letter name.
Oh, okay. My question. Okay, so I was curious for y'all because Wilson, you said I miss playing with my friends, and I personally feel this way. Like I miss playing with you guys. Like I know sometimes we make a point to like all jump on PUBG together or all like play Apex or you know some other game. But it's very rare the three of us are ever on Destiny on the same platform anymore, and much more so our clan. And we've talked about that here and there. But I was curious for you guys, how much do you think that the split in consoles and cross save has actually separated the community? I know there have been a lot of people that we've gone to and been able to play with them, but I feel like I have lost even the people that I was playing with on PS4.
I mean, if you want to say from the point that there was no PC, then a lot. But going just from when cross-save happened, no. Because I think, if anything, it's allowed more people that wanted to play on PC to move to PC.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Anytime you're dividing something, you're always going to divide like the community to a point. But I think cross-save from that point has helped more than it hurt. Do you know what I mean? It has allowed a lot more people that wouldn't have gotten PC or have like I had it on PC, but I didn't want to redo everything and have to play 2 accounts. Now I don't have to do that.
Right. I guess it's from the standpoint of the
You're
console
just unlucky
everybody's
one.
leaving. Yeah. So I'm the one left there, you know. Since Triton, Wilson, and Hope all have PC, you know, that's kind of just the way the cards fall. But I know that there are other people out there that feel that way too, and it just makes me really hope. And I guess Stadia might even emphasize that point even a little bit more. I know it's very select, but one of my friends who I used to play with a lot is one of the people who's on Stadia only now. Because if you come from console and play Stadia once or just a few times even and realize how solid it is compared to a console, it's kind of like, why would I go back if it's as stable as a console for games? Yeah.
No. I'm saying like for if a game is on both, why then I agree with why would you go back.
Yeah.
But...
For Destiny in particular,
right.
This almost only applies. I don't even know if you could apply it to another game, but for Destiny, like to have one of my good friends that I play with a lot on Stadia, to have a lot of them on PC, and not as many left on PS4, it's like, whoa, everybody's kind of gone. It makes me like just really wish for cross play.
Yeah,
really.
I was just gonna say there's a couple people, including yourself, like you and Bot and a few other people that I don't get to play with anymore that are mostly doing the console thing. I understand PCs can not only be seem like a daunting task, but expensive as well, and a lot of stuff is going down in price. But even with that said, some people got some bigger priorities and stuff and still don't want to get a PC. It is a bit of a bummer. I was going to say the same thing. Definitely, at least for Stadia, at least until like that streaming service has a chance to kick off and like really build its own like population and stuff. I feel like it could greatly value with maybe pairing up with some PC folks for a while. I think it would be really cool if I don't think it would be a bad idea to maybe reach out to Google and like try to, of all companies and be like, hey, like let's have your guys play on our service for a bit. And, maybe you could pull a favor from Google later in your career. I'm just saying, this is how the industry works.
That's an interesting idea, honestly.
I'm just saying, dude, Google would be the one to call in a favor. Yo, hold on. I need a favor. Let me call in Google.
Right?
I know. Some shit done, dude.
I do
it's
that
a very
sometimes.
Erlich Bachman thing to say.
I do that sometimes.
I've never thought about that before, but that's really intriguing. Because out of all, they have worked with Google a lot, know.
Well, everyone uses Google or has worked with them in one way or another. Like, so it's, I don't know. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm surprised more people haven't reached out to them to help get their. Maybe it's more complicated than that. Maybe it just seems easy to us as armchair devs when like actual like computer programmers and developers and stuff are like,
No, yeah. I don't think it. We definitely understand everything about it.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
I do. I guess I wanted to throw out that negative in a sea of positives for me that have been Stadia and like where Destiny's at right now and all that kind of stuff. Even though we're like story wise and everything kind of settled down, waiting for trials. I have been enjoying Stadia a lot, and while I see a lot of it as a good thing, it's like the more we're giving these opportunities and ways to play, the more we're splitting because of the way Destiny servers and everything works. And Destiny's a community-based game, and so it feels empty sometimes on these other consoles where your friends aren't at.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how PC went from being the kind of the laughing stock population pool to one of to the biggest one now. Like, I'm pretty
sure
biggest? I'm pretty
that
sure.
Would be interesting.
Or I don't. Listen, I say biggest, and if it's bigger, I mean by like a very small margin. But it might be pretty close to neck and neck with PlayStation.
I'll tell you.
PlayStation has a lot of fucking people.
I'm really curious. Now, I'm not even sure where you compare these things, but I'm like. You would think Destiny Tracker has some sort of thing on the population.
It does, and then you can also track like concurrent players on certain games on certain websites. Like Steam allows all those analytics, just for Steam. They're not going to tell you like Sony, but
as of December 19th, PlayStation 4 482,000, PC 509,000.
Wow.
Could also, yeah. I mean, that could also depend to like. New content or new season dropped. A lot of people are probably gonna be playing it together on PC. Like, I feel like playing together, it is nice to have the option, but like, hot damn, dude, I could not go back to those frames and field of view, dude. Like, I'm not like trying to be. I could get used to it. Like, I could. It would just take some time. Like, it would take a long time. It'd probably take like at least a solid week of like 10 hours a day.
I can see it a lot more
100%, dude.
than I used
to.
You
can't even watch
like
a stream that's 30 frames, dude. Like, it's that bad, man. I'm not even playing. I can't even watch a fucking stream.
Wilson's never gonna watch one of my montages ever again.
It's not even that, like, it's bad. It just looks so fucking slow, dude.
Yeah,
like you have no idea what's going on because like you have this fucking field of view that like apparently you have like a box taped around like the side of your peripheral. Like, you have no clue what's going on. Someone jumps. True, you do actually. Someone someone jumps over you and you just like, people just be like, well, just like set their controller down. I'm fucked, you know, like this engagement's over. Like there's just no fun in that. Like, or like you watch them, like someone jumps over them and you watch them try to react, and it's just so painful. Like they know what they need to do, but where's it at? But the thumbsticks aren't allowing them to do it. You know what I mean? Like they know dude's jumping over me. I need to quickly, like my reflexes are quick enough for this, but like the game just isn't. Like unless you want to crank your shit up to 10 sensitivity, which is just ridiculous, because good luck using a primary at that point, which like I guess primary LOL. What's a primary? But
for real though.
I'm just saying, like, at least on like PC, you have those settings. Like you can run super wicked high sensitivity, but then you also have an aim down sight sensitivity as well, like which carries over to a controller. Like so it's like you basically have traction.
Yeah.
Basically. If you're using a controller on PC, you can set your character up in a way that you basically have traction without that perk. And
That's really interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Speaking of the way controller on a PC and stuff, I kind of feel like sometimes when I'm playing with a controller on Stadia that it like has less aim assist than there is on PS4. I don't know if you've noticed that, Hove, but it kind of feels like not quite as sticky or something. Like it's like I feel like, am I using a mouse? Like, does it think I'm using a mouse and keyboard right now while I'm on the controller? Like, I know it's not because it's not that extreme, but it just feels less lenient than it does on a console when you're on a straight up console. And I don't know if that has to do with it. I don't know.
Because your bullets actually go where you're shooting, and you're just going to get used to shooting more accurately. No, I'm not trying to like once again
I think you might be right.
And be like, oh, PC elitist, but like that's another thing that's great. Like
You
why
are
it's
a
hard
PC
for me to go.
elitist?
Well, it's like it is great. Like it doesn't matter if I jump off a building and do a 360 backflip. Wherever I point the barrel of my gun is where the bullet is going. Like it doesn't matter. That's just how physics work. Like I get it, and we can't have like all this crazy in-air accuracy in Destiny. I know the devs have been over that. The game just becomes an in-air first-person shooter.
Unless you're playing Top Tree Warlock.
Becomes fucking Lawbreakers, and we saw how well that game did. I get it, but would be nice if my feet were on the fucking ground. If like my crosshairs are on something, if I pull the trigger, that's where it would go. Like that's not a fun mechanic. RNG, nobody likes RNG when they start their car. I don't want it every time I pull my trigger in a first-person shooter game where that's like the main mechanic, you know?
Actually, I mean, that would spice up your commute to work every day.
It would make me a very angry person in the mornings, like, and I'm already bad enough, like.
I don't believe that.
So I don't know. That's like another thing that like really keeps me on the PC side is that like how many, not even just PC side, just 60 plus frame side, because I have to keep including Stadia in this conversation, and
maybe that's the difference.
Potentially, frames do make a big difference. Like you can on PC put on a controller, kick it down to 30 frames a second, and it is very similar to a console experience. But it's just great to use different weapons that you normally wouldn't use, dude. On console, you're so like a meta is so strict on console. A meta is very strict.
What is? Did you see my reaction to that?
I did. Sorry. Do you see what we're talking about, Wilson?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't know. It's great to just use different weapons on PC. There's a lot of weapons that you just can't use on console unless you're a masochist and want to put yourself through pain. So,
interesting. Well, I didn't even consider the frames thing. I was like, oh yeah, that could be a thing with it. But yeah, I hope that that would be the ultimate New Year's resolution for.
I don't know. Oh, God.
Is this somebody we know screwing with us,
No,
or is that an actual bot? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we're having live Twitch chat. Interesting things happen here. That would be my big New Year's resolution thing, would be if we got crossplay at some point, so that like we could play with our friends again. And I think Destiny's hinted that, or Bungie, that they want to take Destiny that route. Be curious to see how it goes.
I think like that's just the future of gaming. You're gonna have your exclusives. That's fine. Like whatever. I get it. You have your first party titles for consoles, but like ultimately, like if there's a game that comes out on different consoles, there's absolutely zero reason that we shouldn't be playing with each other. Now, I do understand the whole mouse and keyboard versus controller player things. If we
I don't think that's really valid anymore, though, because PC you can play on either. So
no, listen, I'm fine with it. There's a lot of people that aren't, so I'm not even gonna go down that road. Like I've fucking had this discussion on Revolver like so many times, dude. Back with Gary and Breyer and Beasley back in the day. Like it's beating a dead horse. Are you like talking to this bot?
Hove is telling the bot that he's an amazing Destiny player.
Just so everyone's aware, this isn't like Nightbot or like my bot. This is like a random account bot who came in and is like trying to pretend to be a person, saying that. I can't even.
Come on, breathe.
Come on.
Just I don't even know. Nice channel. Anyone agrees? And then they put my entire stream title and then say, cool, I'm about to do design and arts for your streaming. And I said, anyone you ask would agree. Anyone. They all agree it's a nice channel.
Yeah, they need to work on the realisticness of
and
these
then
bots.
said,
If they just came in and said, hey, what's up, new here? Like, that would be more real than anything I've seen from any of these bots.
Right?
And then it said, Destiny 2 play was amazing. And I said, I'm an amazing Destiny 2 player. Can I also point out that the name is Feechin Pusong Cum 70YM. Oh, I hurt my back laughing so hard.
Listen, they can make these bots
serious.
way more realistic.
I pulled something.
Just come in and say things like, hey, I'm new here, or hey, guess what? I'm pooping.
Wilson,
or just, you know,
Wilson,
like,
I'm hurt.
just shit that people would normally type, like, hey, I'm pooping, or something, and it's way more believable. Like,
I think we might need to call the podcast. Hove is
having a
injured
hernia.
himself.
I think I broke a rib.
having a hernia.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought that we might make it. I felt like maybe like we would. I know we're gonna have a shorter episode, but I thought we would make it length where Sam would have brought Wilson some food already.
You're
like
telling
I thought
me, dude. You're
I
telling
know
me.
Sam,
I
Sam, listen.
With some Tillamook country smoker like already, but I don't know.
Is that like the Cleveland Steamer?
I think it's a little different.
It's slightly,
Listen, I saw that
just a bit outside.
I saw that in a convenience store today, and I was like, that's what I said. I was like, the Tillamook Country Smoker. It's like meat and cheese, but I was like, that sounds like a Cleveland Steamer, like a rusty trombone. I just want to say, Sam did bring Wilson pictures of the best California burrito, the best fried chicken breakfast sandwich, the best burger I've ever made, and the garlic bread chicken parm sandwich. Different Sam, but
yeah, it was like 8 thumbnails.
Four. Dude, tell me they don't look amazing.
Actually, I can't see them. It just says tap to preview.
Oh.
Tap to load preview.
Well, tap that
No
shit.
one's following
Well, I
Hove's
don't let tap it
directions
because we're on a
tonight.
podcast.
No,
and
don't
I want it
open-
To be like,
no.
remember to comment, like, subscribe.
No,
and smash
tap
that like
tap
button.
tap to load preview just loads the preview picture.
Oh. Well, I was being courteous. I didn't want it to like.
Also-
Holy shit, that looks fire.
Right? Which one? Which one?
All of them.
Oh, they all loaded?
Yeah, it's a
Dude.
tap. I had to tap like fucking 8 of them, but
Let's
4.
pretend the last 40 minutes didn't happen. Just for a second.
Okay.
And pretend that I still had a really good segue.
Okay.
Because Wilson, since you don't know where your webcam is, and we're sponsored by Blue, you could always go to our Blue Discord and talk to the Logitech rep. But if you're not sponsored by Blue, you could still go to bluemic.com and get some of these awesome mics and headphones.
I remember when you
I had a
did
great
the
segue, and I tried talking, and Lego literally talked right over me looking at the camera, and I just went like this and put my head down.
No, I know exactly when that was. That's when I was talking about the kiln. You're like, when are they sending you a webcam? And I was like, the kiln company? And like, you were going to go into it. Okay, I remember.
I had a really good segue.
Hova, where can if they wanted to get Blue from that site, could they get a discount or anything?
Yeah,
if they did.
Put Tillamook Country Smoker.
Not Stanley Steamer. That was the previous discount code.
No, that's Cleveland Steamer.
The Cleveland Stanley Steamer.
No, you can use code RezoCast for 20% off. You can also try, I don't know what it'll get you, but you can try typing Feechin Pusong Cum 70YM.
That's gonna get you.
That's FeeChenPoosongCum 70YM.
You had to pause on that part.
Who knows what you'll end up with if you type that in?
I'm really sad that they're not here anymore.
Oh, it's a new one. The account was created
they
on
left.
September 15th of this year.
I mean,
Wow,
that's
not that new.
3 months
That's
ago.
Forsaken territory. Or, well,
no.
no.
Shadow
that's
Keep.
Shadowkeep.
I can't believe I called this Stanley Steamer. It's like a legit company, like not a.
I didn't
what
say
the hell
anything.
was called Cleveland Steamer. That's what it was. I can't even remember what the name.
No,
of it
the
was.
other night when he gave me the word, it was Stanley Steamer.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
what? I gave you Cleveland Steamer once and you wouldn't say
That
it.
was a different night.
I'm surprised you didn't give that to Mana. Give that.
Wait,
word
you
to
didn't.
Mana.
Let's be clear. You did not give me that. you
I
gave
didn't
me
even
a
say that,
word.
dude. We're talking about the word in the game. Wow, we need to.
We need it in the podcast, honestly.
No.
Merry Christmas,
Uh,
Happy New Year, y'all.
Hey, for real, go see Star Wars. I'm excited for you to see it, Wilson.
I am this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Me and my old man. So.
This is the last
Well,
time
what-
we're going to talk this year.
It is.
It
I
is,
know.
actually.
Unless we go play games afterwards, and then we will
Wilson
talk
has to
again.
go to
this-
bed, and he
this
doesn't.
Wilson's gonna
decade.
go to bed, but
This decade to be the last time that we talk about in podcast form this decade.
Are you? Well, I think it's the last time all three of us is what I meant at the same time.
yes. yes.
But also, does that mean I don't have to talk to you for a decade? Because that would be great.
Wow.
Sure. I bet you wouldn't be able to go that long though. I'm betting you'd crack before me.
I probably PUBG knows my average engagement length is only 41 seconds. So no, I would not make it that long. I would not last that long.
Ladies.
Oh, well, this has been
Can we-
RezoCast episode 164.
I
Thanks
don't-
for joining us. This has been
I don't
Lego,
want it to be over.
aka Lego LE Flash. You can find me not acknowledging Hove talking to me while I'm talking over him for the foreseeable
second
future.
time.
Hove,
I asked
where can he find you?
I asked Kim if she wanted a Tillamook country steamer.
Oh God.
She said hitting that unsub button now.
Oh. And
Even Kim has limits, dude. Even Kim has
you can
limits.
find me every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on right here doing this podcast on twitch.tv/Ho76. Twitter
Oh.
at oh god damn it.
No, go ahead. Go
Nope,
ahead.
nope.
I just got excited. I
Go
didn't
ahead.
say anything. I just
Nope.
said, oh,
That's
they can find you there, huh?
I hate you so much. Twitter at
Wow.
Ho76 and maybe tomorrow I think I might do my first actual not intro real YouTube video. And that's also I don't really know what it is because I haven't hit 100 subscribers, so I don't get my own link till I hit 100 subscribers. You can tweet me and tell me what the name of it should be. I called it Hove's Thoughts first. Cracky would like it to be Hove Shower Thoughts, but I don't think anyone wants to see that.
We could figure that out.
You can find me giving Lego a Cleveland Stat.
Oh my God.
You cannot.
I don't even remember what that
Also,
is. I think someone
You can
shits
also
on
find
someone.
me.
Yes, 100%. It gets hot.
You know who does
You can
like
find
it?
me on Stadia
Eris.
now too. Add me over there. Lego Le Flash number. I think it really is 1065. I'm not sure. You can. Oh, you know what? You can join the RezoCast Discord, which is in the description of every episode, and we have a Stadia LFG in there. I am gonna be posting my info there.
I
along
actually
with some
have
other Stadia people.
3 people online playing Destiny 2 on Stadia right now. 3 friends.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's probably more than
Mr.
PS4.
Popular.
Be me in a second.
It is 1065, by the way.
Oh, nice. See, I nailed it.
Oh, you're the only one of my friends who has numbers.
I know. I'm that lame. Wilson, where can they find you?
You can find me taking my last vape right now.
Wow.
That's it.
That's
Done.
it?
That's it. The tank
Clean-
is dry, boys.
Cold turkey.
And there's no more juice to put in it. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. If you want to tell me how awesome that is, you can hit me up on Twitter at Ryu Wilson. That's RYU Wilson. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure how wide of a pool of things to do that is.
That means they
Seems
can
pretty
do
wide.
Yeah, it's very wide. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh man.
Do you get it?
William, I'm set. Yes, next year is going to be legal in Illinois. I'm quitting vaping, not weed. That's good. It's two different things. I'll never quit weed. Unbelievable.
There we go.
Wow.
Well, you can find RezoCast at RezoCast on Twitter. You can also find Team Resolute at Team Resolute on Twitter. And Hove, I think you have some parting words. It looks like maybe.
I don't remember. I heard something laughing at Cheech and Susan come.
All right.
I hope he comes back, man.
It's in his name. He's got to.
Yeah.
Feech and Poo song.
Until next time, y'all. GG.